Welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we are working with the Blindside creation number 13, which is it is pattern number 25485 over on BraceletBook, and this was submitted by Lucinda Duah. And I don't know if you caught it, but in that first little bit, a dark one had to be sent to the left side and a light one had to be sent to the right side. And the reason is I doubled up my string. So there's 10 strands of string to make 10 strings coming down. And there's an uneven number of how many darks on one side and the lights on the other side. So yeah, there's by putting the one strand to the other side, it balances out perfectly, which is pretty cool. Like that's honestly, that was easy peasy. I just made my closed captioning do a weird thing. So if you're watching this with the closed captions on, like for whatever reason, Google always freaks out over the peasy thing. It's so funny. Anyways, this was a cute little bracelet. I went with a like a really dark sort of purpley color and a nice bright pink. I'm not sure that the camera really picks it up properly. I don't know if it's my computer or my monitor or whatever, but as I'm looking at it now, it's like that doesn't quite look the same, but I don't know. Maybe on your screens it looks awesome and hopefully it looks awesome. I don't know. Um, this is just like I said, this is a very easy bracelet. This is something a beginner could pick up. The only thing about that is, excuse me, is that some of the dark color was getting used up an awful lot. So I used a zigzag knot to exchange it for one that was much longer. So it's not using up the colors evenly. Like I kind of hoped that it would. It doesn't. So there's that aspect to it. So obviously, if you're a little bit more advanced of a bracelet maker, this will be a little bit easier. Otherwise, you do have to worry about your string lengths, and it's not like all the strings; it's just certain strings. So that's something to look for to something to consider. There you go. Ah, it's been it's been a long day. Sorry. Um, I'll, I made this like first thing this morning. Like I got really excited about the whole idea of this bracelet, and this is how I started my day. And now I'm coming back to actually do my interpretation with the whole thing all sped up now, and it just feels like it's been a long day. Um, but it did turn out cute. It honestly, if you're interested, obviously the pattern will be available over on my website, and that's going to be down. The link and stuff will be down in the description area of the video. Um, it it was genuinely fun. Like the hardest part is like this little row where you just like do two knot, two knot, two knot. Like that's the slower part of the whole thing. Other than that, you got like these nice big long rows and the diamonds and stuff. Like it kind of went pretty darn quickly. Um, I don't know overall. I don't know how much time it actually the whole thing took. I know that by looking at the video afterwards, it's what like 15 minutes or so. So I mean, and I speed these up most of the time all to the same speed. Like there has been the exception on a much bigger one where I sped it up a little bit faster, but they're all pretty much the same. And yeah, this went pretty quick. So yeah, it's worth giving it a shot. And any two contrasting colors is probably going to turn out to be pretty amazing. You could go black and white, you can go like a dark brown and a tan, you can just whatever you want, just go crazy with it, have some fun. Um, it definitely is cute. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh, so while kind of playing around with this, I think I came up with an idea of something I want to try. So I think this bracelet is actually going to become um, something new and different. Like I'm actually going to use this design to do something completely different, which I think is a big part of the fun of Blindside Creations, right? Like we did the diamonds and rainbows, right? That turned into like a whole series. This one, I think it's just going to be one other video of a pattern that I'm going to make myself. And it's possible the where I'm going to go with it may have already been done before, but I have not searched it out. And I'm just going to go run with it and see what I come up with and see how it goes. So yeah, that's something I'll probably end up actually doing next week. I don't have anything planned for next week, really. Well, I say that I have a couple things planned, but most of the week is still open. So yeah, well, that'll be a thing that I think I can work on. But that's what I like about these blindsided creations is it just inspires me to try something completely new, something different. So if you have ideas for me, why not submit them? You know, you can, I don't know, Discord, Instagram, wherever. I'm all over the place. Links are in the description. Um, but yeah, all I need is the pattern number, the website that it's on, and the number of strings. And the only reason I ask for the number of strings is so that way I can have my graph paper already prepared and ready to go when I start it. Otherwise, it would just make the videos longer and unnecessarily so. So don't send the link. The links can actually give me like a preview. Um, so yeah, that kind of spoils the whole effect of it being a surprise is all. So that's we don't want to do that. But yeah, I would enjoy doing another week of these things. Um, it turns out like actually the last time I asked for these, it turned out like basically I got five. I'm like, well, there's a whole week. That'll be awesome. Let's do that. So, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, like I have been doing 5 videos a week now for a while, like all summer essentially. Well, summer in the northern hemisphere, not since Australia's summer. That would be weird. Um, but I'm pretty close to the equator, so everything feels like summer. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I really want to kind of keep up this pace if it's possible. It's it's a little bit difficult. Oh, and if you're submitting the patterns, like I think so far, like the biggest has been like 18 strings, I think, or something like that. Um, Maybe keep it below that, or at least below 24, right? Because I do the pattern making and then I do the making it. And I don't want to end up in a spot where um, it takes so long that I fall behind when it comes to the videos, right? If the the patterns are too big, obviously I just won't have the time to do it. And that's, because I really want to keep this whole um, number of videos each week a thing. Because let's face it, like there's so much we're learning from the various bracelets, from getting onto the graph paper and finding ways of balancing things or changing it around or doing stuff with it. There's like so much information that I can just basically share with the bracelet making community, and I want to keep that going. So yeah, if we go too big and it breaks the system, that would be bad. Maybe one day, maybe someday we'll tinker around. Well, I do really big stuff. If you guys haven't noticed, come check out the live streams. There I'm making bags. I'm making, a lot of like the bigger stuff happens on the weekends. So um yeah, check that out for sure. And if you guys have other ideas, like things that maybe you don't understand how to do, or you may are thinking about making a bag and you have questions, you can submit that. I'll try to answer them. I won't necessarily make the whole bag to show you how it's done, but there's a chance that either I already have a video that can help answer your question, or if I don't, then I will definitely make one to answer the question, because I want my website and my YouTube videos to basically be a place where somebody who's jumping in on this can have all those kind of questions answered. Because I think it would be really cool if there was like one place that you just go and search and find and be able to do some of the amazing things, um, like bags with spiral bases. I don't see anybody else really doing that. And so I've created a number of videos describing exactly how that happens. I've shown how to make easier ones for people who are afraid of experimenting with that. I do a lot of stuff, kind of, and I want to keep doing it. Oh, and how am I able to do all this? Glad you asked. Patreon supporters, you guys are amazing. You guys have kept the channel going all this time. Thank you guys so much for that. Couldn't do it without you. The cameras, the mics, all this stuff have cost. The string costs money, right? Just to be able to have string in front of me every day, this costs money, and my Patreon supporters have helped make this possible. So thank you guys so much for that. And I understand not everybody can financially support the channel. I get it. But just hanging around and maybe hitting like on the videos are things that you can do that will actually help to support the channel. We're trying to hit the 4,000 watch hours, and just watching playlists could actually help get this channel monetized. So yeah, if you could do that, that would be awesome. Stuff like that, you'd be surprised. Like little things can make a huge difference. Once we get monetized, if we really can make some money, I would like to do more giveaways. But things like the cost of the string and the cost of mailing are, especially because it's most of the time it'll be international, that can get expensive. That's like can be like $8 just to send something to the US. So yeah, I kind of need to be monetized before I just start sending things all around the world. So yeah, let's do that. Um, my, my messages are going off. Let's see, what do we got left? A couple minutes left. What else can I tell you? Yeah, I have some big plans for next week, like just a couple of videos. Because I need to help a friend, and it's a good opportunity for me to show you guys how. So now that's something that's I'm being a little secretive, but yeah, that's there's some cool stuff coming up. I'm really kind of excited about that one. That's going to be a fun one. So thanks again to Lucinda Duah for this submission. This was a fun bracelet. I think we're getting pretty close to the end. Yeah. I think I've got the bracelet in my hand, and so I'm like kind of like, is that trying to determine exactly where we are. So yeah, no, we're getting really close now. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment thing below. If you haven't already, subscribe. Obviously, you've hung around this long, you're enjoying my videos. Subscribe. That would be cool. You can hit that notification bell so then you know when like the new stuff comes out, which is frequent. And then yeah, see, we're already not doing some of the knots on the right hand side there. So yeah, there's just a pink one to come down. So thank you again. once again for hanging out this long. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.